public hearing, Willow Creek. Would you like to say something? We know where we're at. Would you folks like to say anything else? Please do. State your name one more time for the record when you get there. Turn that little microphone on, please.
Gotcha.
And state your piece.
My name is Lori Sylvester, and I just wanted to follow up on a few of the things that were discussed Tuesday. One of the concerns was about school bus.
Yes.
And so I've spoken to Mr. Hatfield, who is the current transportation director, he has been for the last 5 years.
Okay.
He is not aware of any restrictions on where the bus can stop.
Okay.
So he says if someone is concerned, then he, as well as someone from Camden County DOT, would go out, make an assessment to see if they needed to add a school bus stop.
Okay.
But to his knowledge, there are no restrictions on the road.
Okay.
And then the other thing that Mr. Reinke, I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. He was concerned that the traffic on Willow Creek Road couldn't see, they didn't have a good line of sight to the intersection.
Especially coming from 54.
Yes, yes, traveling south on the road.
Yes.
And so for the last couple of days, we've traveled the road with that in mind, from that perspective. And I will admit, it is a challenge to see that west side of the road until you get fairly close. But I'd say you still would probably have, 50 to, 100 yards perhaps, that you are seeing the intersection. You never lose sight of the mailbox on the other side where Colorado Box is, even with the crest in the road, you can always see that. So our feeling is if there's an actual vehicle there taller than a mailbox, you are going to see it. And now there is no question that from their road onto Willow Creek, they do not have much of a line of sight. There is no question about that. But if you're on Willow Creek, I think you've got plenty of the field of view that you can see a car entering the road. So interrupting the flow of traffic may not be the best solution. But if we do believe that that is a dangerous intersection, perhaps adding a dangerous intersection sign as well as a reminder of the speed limit might be a better option than interrupting the flow of traffic back and forth. And that was what I wanted to follow up. And
I think that was well said.
well, and I know that Mr. Skelton said he travels the road about once a month or so. I didn't know if anyone else had had an opportunity to drive the road recently to kind of get a feel for what we've been talking about. But if you're going to, I was just hoping that you would make an informed decision.
Well, I appreciate that.
Thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We
Do you have any
appreciate that.
questions? Input, that's it. David, did I say anything yet?
David Rankin. Very good comments, very good points. And none of us want a stop sign. None of us down want that. The concern we have is not with people that are following the speed limit, it's the people that aren't. And I've experienced a personal accident. Someone coming over that rise significantly faster than 35 miles an hour. That was unable to stop. That hit me. Putting another speed limit sign is not going to change the fact that people aren't following the speed limit. So again, the ideal would be to eliminate the rise. I understand from a financial point of view, that's extremely expensive. And would love to have that happen, but I don't have the financial resources to write that check.
We don't either.
And the only thing we can come up with is to put the stop sign there, because if they're not following the speed limit sign now, they're not gonna follow a hazardous intersection sign. You know, they're
Sure.
already ignoring the speed limit.
Sure.
And there isn't, in my opinion, there isn't enough room if you're going significantly over the speed limit, once you've topped the rise, to stop before you hit a car at that intersection. Now, again, I'm not a traffic expert, but I've been hit by somebody that was going significantly faster than the speed limit at that intersection. I'm certainly open for other alternatives, but I can't see any.
Well, you know, that's the problem on this situation. To me, we have a very good point from your point of view and obviously from your point of view. And there's no good, this is gonna fix it type situation. Honestly, who's to say that, because it was in my head, I thought, well, all right, maybe we'll just have one stop sign coming from that side where that rise is, but the other side will let flow on through without a stop sign. Because you do have good visibility from the other direction. But then, yeah, I mean, it's not I wish there was a something else we could really do here that was cost effective and wouldn't slow down the traffic, or wouldn't, excuse me, impede traffic, and at the same time would make it safer for you to pull out your intersection. The other side of all that is there are a number of intersections all over the country that are dangerous and problematic, and there's just no way to fix all of them, or maybe even some of them. So, yeah, we're gonna have to come up with something here. So, anything else? Would you like to say anything else?
The only thing I would add, it's not really the people that live on that
Yeah,
road,
sure. Yeah.
that speed. It's the
Yeah.
people that are not familiar with it. And so, yeah, I understand that we're gonna abide by the rules. And we know to watch out for those things, but that's not the people I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of the people that don't live on that road.
Thank you. So this is the third hearing, and we need to probably do something or nothing. So I believe that the stop sign is the most restrictive that you could do in this situation. So if there is something less restrictive than that we wanted to try, I think we could do that still based on your request.
I think a yield, I mean, the only other thing that really would be a dangerous intersection or a yield sign.
You're doing.
I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, I know, right? Speed limit, speed bumps, that's not a good
Well,
thing.
not
Rumble
speed
strips.
bump.
Yeah, right, I know. Rumble strips, your district, so you're,
I'd like to make a comment here.
yeah, you got the floor.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure if you guys remember when that was a dirt road. James might, I'm not sure.
I
I
don't.
remember that, James, but
Yeah.
I drove that as a dirt
Oh,
road.
2 Reefer Road.
There you go. I wasn't gonna use the name, but you know, yeah.
That's what I called it this morning on KRLS.
Oh, did you? Okay, well, good enough.
But the locals know what it is.
Yes, we do. So, we drove that road rather fast, even back in the day, the ground, very fast. And,
So
when I came
you're
out,
part of the problem.
yeah, and I was a local. I was a kid, did things we probably shouldn't have done.
Sure.
You know, anyway, when I first came out there, I was waiting for you guys to get there. And I'll tell you what, I almost got hit. And I know good and well, standing where I was at, they would have never stopped. Not even once, if I was broke down or whatever. And I'm gonna tell you, it's somebody that drives that road every day. And, you know, we've got the speed limit signs that they know, they're not listening. Therefore, I'm gonna suggest a stop sign. I feel like we need to do that. I know if I would have been down there, if I would have been down that road, there is no way that truck had a trailer on it. No way it would stop. I wouldn't be sitting here today. So that's where I stand on it. I think we need to put stop signs. I think we've seen plenty of high speed stuff through there will slow it down. And I guess if that doesn't work, not sure what would do.
Any other
That's my
input?
thought.
Just, yeah, I'm not gonna disagree, but it's a people problem more than anything, because people aren't gonna obey stop sign necessarily either. Sometimes in government, we think we're gonna restrict something and it's gonna fix the problem, but it might not. I mean, I just caution that too. But yeah, I think we could start out there and see how it goes. But I do worry about it causing problems from that. From having a stop sign there and stop traffic, because when there's a wreck. Or anything going on where it backs up to Lynn Creek, everybody's diverting. To Willow Creek to get around it, kind of, just because they don't want to stop. It might not be any faster, but they don't want to be sitting there. I would hate for that to cause a problem too, but yeah. We'll see how it goes, see how.
It can always be changed back if we need to.
Well, that's why I'm wondering if we shouldn't do this, in, proportion, maybe, because if you go straight to a stop sign and then try to pull that back, that's, but.
Well, we would, if we're gonna do a stop sign, we're gonna have to paint lines.
Yeah, that too.
That's why we really need to make a decision and stick with it.
Right, that's why I was wondering if we could go with, the dangerous intersection and another speed limit sign right next to each other. And if that doesn't really slow people down, or you think it's dangerous, then we go to that extreme for a stop sign, but I guess we'd have to go through all this all over again. So,
For speed control, a stop sign is not very effective.
no, we need law
But-
enforcement.
But yeah, that is the most effective, but. People tend to pay attention to a red stop sign more than they are going to a yellow dangerous intersection or yield. I mean, there's lots of studies on that.
But we
That's
have
where I was-
lines down there,
Right,
the intersection thing, but
yeah.
it doesn't, I mean, so and
Change it.
it didn't change anything.
So,
And then going back to maybe the stopping, when those people get frustrated on 54, they speed through there a
yeah,
lot.
because they're like, oh,
Already
Yeah.
had, I gotta go around this way.
Yes,
Yeah.
because they have to go around, and so they go, I mean, you can, from about 2 o'clock on. You can sit down there when the road is open, and they're just one right after the other. And they don't attempt to slow down at all.
This is gonna sound really crass or something maybe, but with a stop sign, if they don't stop and they cause an accident, then they have liability.
Yeah.
Big
They
time
don't want me,
at that
me
point.
too, so.
Well-
I still like the speed bump.
Well, we can't do that, we're not gonna do that, we're not gonna do that. Yeah, David.
We really don't expect the stop sign to stop people. We expect it to slow them down.
All right, well,
Like a rolling stop.
Rolling stop. You know, I hate to say it, but
Unless it's enforced, that's probably what it'll come,
That's-
really, in reality, that's probably what it'll be.
all right, would you like to make a motion, sir?
I want to make motion for the stop sign.
I'll second that.
I have a motion on the floor in a second. Any further discussion? Yes, sir.
So is this gonna be a stop sign, or is it gonna be like warning, stop ahead, and then stop sign? Cause it sounds like they're coming over the hill.
I think
And
we
when they
need
see
to,
the stop sign at the last minute, that's not
yeah,
gonna
I think
help.
we need to put the warning out there first. What I wanna do is if this motion passes, I'll turn it over to Pat out of Road and Bridge, and he will go out and do the proper site and analysis and figure out, according to, there are guidelines for putting in these types of stop signs and other things, so they will look at that. They will look at the optimum place to put the stop sign, the white stripe, and the whole 9 yards. So,
Cause you don't want someone racing.
No, you're right.
Realize there's a stop sign.
absolutely, yeah, stop it.
Are you looking at one or two?
Well,
One
what,
goes this way?
I was thinking this was the two and on both sides. One goes down, the intersection. What I was thinking.
Well,
Good.
if you remember Gary Quinday's thing, his dilemma was pulling
yeah,
people that are coming out of Trophy Road. They have a side restriction trying to turn right.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
so they have to make a wide turn. And then they're over in the other lane, so I think that was part of the reason for it on the other side.
Good, both.
all right, so,
I was saying both, two.
so modify your motion to include 2 stop signs?
Yeah.
Yeah, still second that? I agree. All right, any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion? So moved. We'll get your stop signs out there. Hopefully it'll slow things up, not cost too much.
but I asked a question.
Absolutely.
Timing wise, it would be ideal if they were up when the bridge was opened.
The bridge is open right now.
They've taken
Yeah,
signs.
the bridge is open today. So it's gonna be Yeah, it's gonna be a bit before we get out there, but, and then we're gonna line up the stripers, they're gonna have to stripe the road. That's what we've kind of been waiting on, as to whether we're going to do this or not, because we're gonna have to put the white stripe in there for the stop sign. Stop, all right, very good. All right, so moved. Next issue, bid award 250821